Before we start, we should all support Bangladesh. Currently the students are on a war with their country and this needs to be stopped. We move to the poison hall, where Ijin comes to meet Taeho and asks him if he is here. Since she brought him his meal and herbal medicines, Sabek tells her to come inside. Someone tells me how she looks like a girl. She asks him how he is currently doing and the current situation of his internal energy. He tells her that thanks to her he is now much better. Making a face full of happiness, he tells Ijin all of this because of the medicine her grandfather provided. Hearing this, Ijin is delighted. When he first saw the medicine and the food, he was traumatized because not only did it contain herbs, but also poisonous plants. Look at his face, it looks like he is consuming turd freshly released. Now that was a disgusting remark. What he didn't expect is that after eating it, his power level went over 9,000 and he became a hairy version of Nappa. This even surprised Ijin's grandfather who made the medicine. Because of how fast he was recovering, that hot fresh turd was maybe good. If this goes on like this, he will soon recover enough to be able to return to his sect. Ijin is happy to hear. That's when Fatty tells them that it is very noisy outside and asks Ijin if something is happening. She tells him that it might be because the Jaegal clan has arrived. Hearing this, Fatty is nervous and confused. The Jaegal clan and the Tang family have had a close relationship for a long time. That's why they supported them during the recent contest. This time they are here to set up a defensive formation in their outer grounds. Fatty is contemplating about not knowing much about formations, but it will be very costly, and if the Jaegal clan is well off. Instead of all this, dude should weigh himself first. Sabek asks her if the Tang clan is covering the cost. She directly tells him that the Jaegal clan is covering for everything with a smile on her face. While the duo of Fat Monkey and Gen Z are confused, she tells them that according to the family head they were very cooperative. Sabek thinks they might have found the weakness of the Jaegal clan. Now we move on to your favorite Skinny Barbie. He is wetting himself from the thought of what our Chad might just do to him. Now we move on to the main hall. Bro, I don't want to move so much, already overworked by self. Anyways, the duo of uncle and niece are outside the main hall, as he asks Yeonjyeong if she will be able to leave a good impression on them, and she assures him. She is then move on to show her huge collection of clothes she brought. If you know, can't get demonetized, and how there is not a man who will not fall for her beauty. Looking at her, Skinny Barbie thinks that she resembles his sister who was called a beauty in Hubei, so capturing a young man's heart won't be too difficult. Someone tells me who the hell draws those mothers. They all look too good to be a side character. Over a decade ago the pervert attacked the clan to claim his sister, and because of her sacrifice the clan barely managed to survive destruction. This dude has mental issue for sure. Please be wary that he not the Black Alliance leader, as some might confuse it. Driven by the shame that something is 50 and rotten got to taste her cooking, she killed herself probably because they didn't add enough meat to the dish. So no matter what, he cannot allow such a tragedy to befall the family ever again. If she develops a strong relationship with the Tang clan, they can maintain their lineage. He looks at her and thinks that the future of their clan now solely depends on her. That's when Barbie hears a voice telling them that she heard the Jaegal clan was a great help to them. Both of them are shocked for some other reason, but I would only act this way if I can pair up with our mommy. Now they are even setting up a formation for them, and she as the family head is very grateful. Let's take 10 seconds to appreciate how good the goat mommy looks like. Skinny Barbie figures out that, if she is the family head, then she is most likely our Chad's mother. Like mother like son, they are both blessed with beauty. I care to differ, the real protagonist is the mother, no debate. He was overwhelmed by her presence that he forgot to greet her, so Skinny Barbie introduces himself and apologizes for not being aware of her ascension. But since she is a queen, she gracefully tells him that he was not here when she ascended, which is understandable. She tells him that they had a long journey, so it's sufficient to rest before they should start their work. Hearing this, Barbie in a respectful manner thanks her for their consideration. She asks who the lady beside him is. In a nervous manner he tells her that she is his niece, that he brought to strengthen the bond between the clans. He asks her to greet the family head, but while she is dazed, not listening anything that he is saying, because she got rizzed by our Chad's good look. Dude should thank his mother for that. While she was daydreaming, our Barbie tells him her to pay attention. She gets into character and introduces herself, and she apologizes to mommy for her late greeting, and congratulates her for becoming the family head. Mommy thinks that she is a very polite child and tells her that in a few years men will be heartbroken over her. Hearing this, she gets shy, taking this as a compliment. Mommy proudly tells her that she was also famous in her youth and she resembles him, if only she was real, never mind. She tells Mommy that she is still so beautiful that when she first saw her, she thought our Mommy was our Chad's sister. In her mind she thinks that our Mommy is a kind woman and compliments her. I completely agree with her in this case. Mommy tells her that since she is the same age as Yeon-myeong she will get along with him. She starts acting as tears falls from her eye, telling Mommy that no one from her family has even shown her so much affection. In her mind what she is thinking is if our Chad is also reaction to her story. But gets shocked when she sees our Chad lost in his thoughts. Barbie cannot believe that he ignored such a sorrowful story of a beautiful story. Usually men would be tripping over her themselves, but she is confused if he is not interested in her. Moving on to our Chad, he is literally dreaming about our ice waifu. New sister was 6 chapters late. Barbie thinks that he has failed once again, but Yeon-myeong cannot accept that she got rejected since it's a first for her. Mommy tells Yeon-myeong to pay attention as she pulls his cheeks, but Yeon-myeong is determined to impress him. Don't hate her, she is a great character, you will know later on. Now we move on to the Black Death Alliance territory where everyone is talking about the Tang clan's head. A little girl is running while they say how our Chad is not on good terms with them. On one of the meeting halls the elders are talking about the budget needed for the gathering, and the second page includes the list of participants. A man is biting a branch to look cool, tells them that it is sufficient reporting for today. He is the leader of the Sin Demonic Lords. He congratulates the red-haired goblin for handling all this, since it was mostly done by the Void Immortal Hall. She tells him it's nothing as she is doing her duty as the servant of the leader. The other thinks that the alliance leader threw away the report and went out. Old man tells masked man that he has always been a free spirit. That's when someone enters the room and everyone gets shocked seeing the entity. As for that goblin, she was sweating as it's a little girl telling them that she wanna go to Sichuan for the gathering this time. She gets on top of her uncle as she asks her what has happened as she thought it was troublesome last time. She tells him she heard rumors and asks him if the Tang clan family head will be participating. Which is the right information, so she acts cheesy telling him that all the women in the area are lovesick over him, so she wonders how handsome he is. If the rumors are true she will most likely make him her husband. Leaf-eating uncle thinks that if her father knew this he would be shocked as Goblin hears their conversation. And the topic is angering her, but she really can do anything. Blood should visit a hairstylist first, but then she make a smirk, probably wants trap our Chad using cute girl as an excuse. While her uncle tells her that there is no one that can stop the will of the alliance leader's daughter. Why do I think that the our Chad will become friends with the alliance leader since they're not portrayed as villains? Look at their drawing styles. Anyways, that's it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe for another part.